We're so happy you came. I have a couple of announcements before we start. We are, this year, if you're so inclined, we're taking a free will offering, and there's a basket in the back, just to help with some of our expenses of putting this on and getting the music. And also, our music club is no longer a official club, we're just a group of people that want to have beautiful music. So we need a little funds to help us with that too. And we do have programs downstairs that has our whole year's activities, what we have planned, and the public's invited to all of our programs. And there's also cookies downstairs. So I hope you join us for cookies after. And what else do I need to say? Oh, I do want to announce in November, we're having a special musician come, November 4th. He's a Kansas songwriter and instrumentalist, and he will be giving a concert the evening of November 4th. And in the afternoon of November 4th, he's conducting a songwriting workshop for anyone that would like to learn about songwriting. And there's by the basket for the offering, there's a paper about him and the workshop. And then, so just pick one up if you're interested, or if you know someone that might be interested, a special musician around that would be interested. And now I'm going to turn it over to Tema Trumbo, who organizes this whole thing. And she's going to introduce the pianists and music and all of that.
We would like to welcome each and every one of you. As she said, this has been 11 years now that we have been doing this. How many people here are here for the first time? Okay. The reason for Piano-Rama simply just means more than one keyboard, more than one piano. And as you can see, there are two pianists at each piano. We are all playing the same music. This was an idea that I had that goes back to my high school years. My music teacher did a Piano-Rama in which we had like 8 or 9 pianos in it. Let me tell you, it's just a whole lot of fun. And I just wanted to try it here, and ever since then we've been doing this. And as long as we have pianists to play, I think we've got music as well, we will keep on doing this. Some of these ladies have been here from the very get-go. Playing for you this evening on the far right is Steady Grace. She's been here all 10 years. Next to her is Natalie Knodel. She also has been here with me every year. On the keyboard in the middle, we have Janice Churchwell. She's from Bird City. And next to her is Debbie Fiala. I'm sure we all know who she is. She's retired, but she's still very busy helping and teaching when needed. Beside me is Lila Whitmore. We are going to begin this evening with a classical piece by Franz Schubert. This is a picture of Franz Schubert. He was an Austrian composer of the late classical and early romantic eras. Despite his short life, Schubert left behind a vast coverture, including more than 600 secular works, 7 complete symphonies, sacred music, operas, incidental music, and a large body of piano and chamber music. Rosamund, Ballet Music No. 1, is a play about Rosamund, Princess of Cyprus, who was brought up incognito as a shepherdess by the mariner's widow, Axa, to reclaim her throne. This piece is considered as incidental music, which is music in a play and is often background music to add atmosphere to the action. Before I sit down, I want to make a very special little notation. Without having pianists to play music, you would not hear the notes on the keyboard. We have a very special lady who is no longer with us, that was here from the very get-go, 10 years. That would be Mrs. Jean Comper. I would like to dedicate our performance tonight to the memory of Jean Comper. She played the place where you see Lila sitting. She loved playing the bass and the left hand. She often said she should have been a bass player or a bass guitar player because she just loved the bass music. And she loved the Phantom of the Opera and pieces that were pretty rhythmic and rock. And she is someone that just can't be replaced, and we miss her dearly. So I just wanted to dedicate this to her. Our next selection takes us to Walt Disney Pictures in 1995. Colors of the Wind is a song written by composer Alan Menkenand and lyricist Stephen Schwartz for Walt Disney Pictures' 33-second animated film Pocahontas. The film's theme song, Colors of the Wind, was originally recorded by American singer and actress Judy Kuhn in her role as the singing voice of Pocahontas. A pop ballad, the song's lyrics are about animism and respecting nature, finding its roots in ingenious Native American culture. Colors of the Wind received a mostly positive reception by critics, with several citing it as one of the best songs from a Walt Disney film. The song would go on to win the Academy Award for Best Original Song, the Grammy Award for Best Written Song for Motion Picture, Television, and Other Visual Media, and the Golden Globe Award for Best Original Song. 1906 and written by George Cohan from an encounter he had with a Civil War veteran who fought at Gettysburg. The song was first publicly performed on February 6th at Herald Square Theater in New York City. It would go on to become one of the most popular U.S. marching band pieces of all time. And a neat little side note about this, originally the song title was You're a Grand Old Rag. But after further discussion, the rag did not do justice to what the rag stands for, so it was changed. Do we have any Adele fans here in the audience? Yes. Our next selection is Skyfall, that was done by Adele for the James Bond film by the name title, Skyfall. It was recorded in 2012, and it was written by Adele and producer Paul Epworth. Skyfall received universal acclaim, with praise for its lyrics, production, and Adele's vocal performance. The song was a global success, topping the charts in 11 countries and reaching the top 5 in various other regions. With sales of 7.2 million copies worldwide, Skyfall is one of the best-selling digital singles of all time. Skyfall received various accolades, including Academy Award for Best Original Song, Brit Award for Brit Single, Critics' Choice Movie Award for Best Song, Golden Globe Award for Best Original Song, and the Grammy Award for Best Original Song for Visual Media, thus making it the first Bond theme to win all. Adele is an English singer and songwriter. She is known for her powerful mezzo-soprano vocals and songwriting. She has received numerous accolades, including 16 Grammys, an Academy Award, a Primetime Award, a Golden Globe Award, and she is one of the world's best-selling music artists, with a sales of over 120 million records worldwide. She was named the best-selling artist of the 2010s. So we will play for you Skyfall for Walt Disney Pictures' 30th animated feature film Beauty and the Beast in 1991. Originally recorded by American actress and singer Paige O'Hara and American actor Richard White, Belle, a mid-tempo French and classical-inspired song, incorporates both Broadway and musical theater elements. Belle, considered a book-loving nonconformist by the townspeople of the village, has grown weary of the provincial life in which she is supposed to live. And Gaston, the film's narcissistic villain, who wishes to desire her hand in marriage, despite Belle's repeated rejections. Belle has been universally acclaimed by film and music critics. Musically, the song has been compared to various music numbers from music films, West Side Story, Broadway musical, Fiddler on the Roof, and She Loves You. We will now play for you the lovely Belle. This next song is also a song. Some of our selections this evening have been in the pop genre of music. This piece is called Grenade, and it's a song by an American singer and songwriter, Bruno Mars, from his debut studio album, Doo-Wops and Hooligans in 2010. The lyrics carry a message of unrequited love and how Mars' heart was broken, despite his best efforts to show her his love. Grenade was well received by critics and also considered it as one of the standout tracks on the album. The single reached #1 in 15 countries, giving Mars his third #1 single on the Billboard Hot 100 and topping the Canadian Hot 100 for 3 consecutive weeks, as well as 6 times by Music Canada Worldwide. It was the best-selling digital single of 2011 with 10.2 million copies and was nominated for both Record of the Year and Song of the Year at the 54th Grammy Awards. We will play for you Grenade. classical era. This one was composed by Antonin Dvorak, who was a Czech composer and one of the first to achieve worldwide recognition. He was born in 1841 and died in 1904. Following the Romantic era nationalist example of his predecessor, Bedřich Šemeta, Dvorak frequently employed rhythms and other aspects of the folk music of Moravia and his native Bohemia. He considered himself a simple musician. A famous cartoonist once drew a picture of someone talking to Dvorak. "Sir, I expected this one to be funnier, seeing that you have called it humoresque." The joke, as is typical for the author's work, is spot on. But as for the full-fledged sort of comedy, music is not a well-suited medium. And even if it was, Dvorak would not be in a position to make jokes, as he wrote his cycle of 8 humoresques while holding the prestigious post of director of the National Conservatory of Music in New York City. Admittedly, the 7th humoresque is the most musically original and unforgettable piece from the cycle, and it's quite understandable that it became a hit already during Dvorak's lifetime. As do several of Dvorak's melodies, the humoresque also has a story behind it. The legend goes that the dotty rhythm at the end of the 7th piece symbolizes the sound of a train moving on the tracks. Perhaps it is true. It was certainly passed down through the generations, despite there not being a single mention or note from Dvorak signifying it to be true. Trains were certainly slower back then, traveling perhaps at the same speed as the rhythm of the humoresque. Humoresque number 7 is a textbook example of the proper use of contrast. Its beginning and end parts are very different from each other, yet they fit together perfectly without evoking any sort of compositional discord. Many experts consider this middle section to be very beautiful and yet underrated. Members of the general public tend to prefer the beginning and the end of the piece. The composer scored an unexpected triumph with this piece as he composed it in G-flat major. As all musicians know, G-flat major is not an easy scale to play in. Certainly not for your average bar pianist. For the self-confident cafe player, humoresque number 7 is a punishment from God. Respectively, a punishment from Dvorak. Still, many pianists, not just the ones in the cafes, like to show off their ability to play the piece. Since they can't play the original, they play it in G major instead of G flat major. Unfortunately, the average listener can't tell the difference. And we're not going to tell you which key we're playing either. do with clocks, although that is the name of the song. Clocks is a song by British rock band Coldplay and was written and composed as a collaboration among all the band members for their second album. The song is built around a piano riff and features cryptic lyrics concerning themes of contrast and urgency. Music critics have praised the song's piano melody, and it went on to win Record of the Year at the 2004 Grammy Awards. Clocks is considered to be one of Coldplay's signature songs and is often ranked among the greatest songs of the 2000s and of all time. And I have to say that Randy Smithstead is the one that introduced this song to me. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have ever heard the song before. Anyway, Clocks. Do You Hear the People Sing is one of the principal and most recognized songs from the 1980 musical Les Miserables. It is sung twice in the stage musical. The song is a revolutionary call for people to overcome adversity. At a special concert marking the 10th anniversary of Les Miserables in 1995, Do You Hear the People Sing was sung by 17 different actors who had played Jean Valjean around the world. Each actor sang a line of the song in his own language. The languages sung were English, French, German, Japanese, Hungarian, Swedish, Polish, Dutch, Norwegian, Czech, Danish, and Icelandic. This is the song of all oppressed people, anytime, anywhere, anyhow, longing to live life for their own sake and not for another. From there, we're going to go to the Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. He's a Pirate is from a 2003 track composed by Klaus Baudelt and Hans Zimmerman for the 2003 Disney film Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. A pirate is a robber who travels by water. Though most pirates targeted ships, some also launched attacks on coastal towns. We think of pirates as swashbuckling, daring, or evil, or brutish. But in actual fact, most of them were ordinary people who had been forced into criminal activity to make ends meet. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl is a 2003 American fantasy, supernatural, swashbuckler film produced by Jerry Bruckheimer and distributed by Walt Disney Pictures. The story follows pirate Captain Jack Sparrow, played by Johnny Depp, and blacksmith Will Turner as they rescue the kidnapped Elizabeth Swan from the crew of the Black Pearl, captained by Hector Barbossa. Barbossa's crew attempts to retrieve the final pieces of a hoard of Aztec gold to break the curse laid on them when they stole it. At this time, I'm going to just do something very special. Even though all of us know how to count, and we can kind of keep our own time, and hopefully time with each other, and then time with 4 others, it always helps to have a director. And we're very, very privileged to have Neala as our director. She's been our director for several years. And Neala, we want to give you just a little something in recognition and in thanks for directing us again this year. From each of us, this is for you.
Tema so much. This would not have happened without her. Every year she finds the music. I don't know how she does it. And it's always great music that we all love to play and that I hope you all appreciate listening to. She gets us the music, she does the write-ups, and she runs the whole show. And she makes it so fun for all of us, pianist and director alike. So, Tema, we want to say thank you to you as well.
Our final selection for you this evening is a piece that was written by Lynn Freeman Olson, 1938 to 1987. He was an American favorite composer of educational piano music. His music is used primarily for teaching the piano to youngsters. He was a popular presenter at workshops for piano teachers, and he also composed some music for radio and television programs for children. Round and Round is a fun, funny piece of music that will keep a pianist on his very best key. You know, this one doesn't really need any introduction, but you never know what we're going to do. This one is no exception, but this has become one of our favorite songs, and we just cannot help but play it.